Raquel Welch was born Jo Raquel Tejada on September 5, 1940, in Chicago, Illinois, into a family that quietly carried two cultures within it. Her father, Armando Carlos Tejada Urquizo, had come from Bolivia and worked as an aeronautical engineer, while her mother, Josephine Hall, was of English heritage and possessed a practical, steady warmth that grounded the household. When the family moved west to San Diego, young Raquel grew up feeling both uniquely different and quietly determined. In an era when Hollywood preferred easy labels, she was often encouraged to soften or hide her Latina roots, but that blend of backgrounds would later become part of her unmistakable allure. As a child, she studied ballet with fierce discipline and entered beauty contests almost playfully, collecting titles like Miss San Diego along the way. What people noticed first was her beauty, but what truly set her apart was her work ethic. Even then, she wasn't dreaming of simply being admired. She wanted to build something lasting. Finding her way to Hollywood, Welch's rise wasn't instant or glamorous at the start. Like so many hopefuls, she took small television parts, modeling gigs, and any opportunity that let her stay close to the camera. She learned quickly how unpredictable the industry could be and how easily talent could be overlooked. Still, she carried herself with quiet confidence, believing that persistence mattered more than luck. Then, in 1966, everything changed. A modest role in 1,000,000 Years BC placed her in a now legendary fur bikini, and that single image traveled the world faster than any line of dialogue could have. Overnight, Raquel Welch became a symbol. Posters on bedroom walls, magazine covers, a global fascination. It was the kind of fame that could trap a person inside an image forever. But Raquel wasn't interested in being anyone's decoration. She wanted to act. Beyond the iconic image. While the world saw a sex symbol, Welch saw a challenge. She deliberately chose roles that demanded more of her: adventures, comedies, westerns, and dramas that allowed her to show wit and strength alongside glamour. Films like Fantastic Voyage, Bedazzled, Bandolero, and later The Three Musketeers revealed an actress who could handle humor and heart with equal ease, the latter even earning her a Golden Globe. She often portrayed women who were bold and self-reliant at a time when female characters were still written as side notes to male heroes. Importantly, she set boundaries. Despite intense industry pressure, she refused nude scenes, determined to maintain control over how she was presented. That choice spoke volumes about her character. She wasn't rebelling loudly, she simply insisted on respect. Life beyond the screen. Raquel's charisma translated effortlessly beyond film sets. She appeared on television specials, talk shows, and even Broadway, where audiences discovered her sharp intelligence and dry humor. By the 1980s and 1990s, she surprised many by stepping into entrepreneurship. Fitness books, beauty products, and her line of wigs turned into a thriving business empire. It wasn't just branding, it was personal. She believed women deserved to feel confident at every stage of life, and she became an early voice for aging with pride rather than apology. Her business success proved she was far more than a Hollywood starlet. She was savvy, strategic, and completely self-made. Love, family, and growing up. Fast behind the spotlight, Raquel's personal life unfolded with the same mixture of hope and complexity that many women quietly understand. She married young, just 18, to her high school sweetheart, James Welch, and soon became a mother of two. Those early years were a balancing act between diapers and dreams, between domestic life and a growing hunger for independence. Though the marriage didn't last, she kept the name Welch, the one the world would come to know. Over the years, she married again, searching each time for partnership and stability, yet discovering that her fiercely independent spirit didn't always fit neatly into traditional roles. Love came in different forms, sometimes passionate, sometimes fleeting. But motherhood remained her constant. Her children anchored her life in a way fame never could. Strength, reinvention, and independence. If there's one word that defines Raquel Welch's journey, it might be reinvention. Every decade seemed to introduce a new version of her. The bombshell, the actress, the businesswoman, the stage performer, the wellness advocate. When roles slowed down, she didn't disappear, she pivoted. When Hollywood tried to confine her to youth, she rewrote the rules and built a brand around longevity. She understood something many celebrities learned too late. Careers based solely on beauty fade, but careers built on resilience endure. She was always preparing for the next chapter, always protecting her independence. Over time, she grew comfortable with solitude and self-reliance. Openly sharing that peace sometimes meant choosing herself rather than chasing another relationship. A private heart. Despite decades in the public eye, Welch guarded her inner life carefully. Friends often described her as thoughtful, even shy, someone who preferred meaningful conversation to spectacle. The tabloids loved to speculate about her romances, but she rarely fed the narrative. Instead, she focused on friendships, family, and creative fulfillment. With age came reflection. She spoke more openly about gratitude, about how strange and beautiful it felt to have lived so many different lives within one lifetime. Fame had given her opportunity, but it had also taught her what truly mattered: authenticity, dignity, and the freedom to walk away from anything that cost her peace. Later years and legacy. In her later years, Raquel stepped gently out of the spotlight, choosing quieter days at home in Los Angeles. She remained elegant, sharp, and unmistakably herself, but her life slowed into something softer and more personal. When she passed away peacefully in February 2023 at the age of 82, it felt less like the loss of a celebrity and more like saying goodbye to an era. For many, she represented a kind of old-school Hollywood magic, glamorous yet grounded, radiant yet real. Remembering Raquel. What endures about Raquel Welch isn't just the famous poster or the dazzling filmography, it's the spirit behind it all. She was a woman who refused to be boxed in, who insisted on agency when it wasn't fashionable, and who aged with grace in an industry obsessed with youth. She balanced strength with warmth, glamour with intelligence, independence with heart. Long after the cameras stopped rolling, her story continues to resonate, not because she was perfect, but because she was human, determined, vulnerable, ambitious, and endlessly resilient. In the end, Raquel Welch wasn't simply an icon. She was a woman who kept choosing herself again and again, and in doing so, inspired generations to do the same.